What's going on, guys? This week I'm going to walk you through some of our ASF stuff. They're a big part of breeding. Biggest hurdle we had coming into breeding was getting feeders for all your snakes. So every time you get that clutch, if you're going to buy your own rats, that's $3 to $5 a rat. Sometimes depends who you go through. So breeding your own saves a ton of money. We have about 60 snakes, so it starts to add up real quick. But yeah, here's how I set them up, and hope you guys enjoy. All right, so here's the big tubs I keep my ASF in. This is, I think it's here's my arm next to it. I want to say it's 18 inches deep, or wide, I'm sorry, 24 inches long, and then I think it's 10 inches deep. They are just like the rat breeding containers, like lab rat stuff. Got a lock on this side, lock them down, and then there's hooks right here. Take the hooks off. But I use these when our colonies are starting up. So this is a fresh colony I just put together a few weeks ago, and the babies are hiding now, but I dropped about 15 in here with them. These are their babies, but I start them out in this container so you can see the size difference right there. These are for more like mice breeding, big colonies, and then these are for like small rat colonies. But ASF are between the fancy and my size, you know. So I started them out in this colony. They did okay. They kept their babies alive. Some new colonies will just let all their pinkies die. I'll give them a second chance. If they don't, then they're feeders. So if they have colonies in these, if they have babies in these, I move them to this. And then these will grow up pretty big, then they'll start breeding like crazy. And then, I move them to all these. And this is a bigger rack I like to use for well-established colonies. We'll eventually get some more of these, but I'm probably gonna get about 6 more of these. But this is how big they are inside. This one is about a week since I cleaned this one. I clean every 2 weeks. So I give them all the ASF. I give them corn, ASF, give them corn, and Missouri 6F. And then they have a glass bottle on top because I've gone through the plastic bottle game too much, and they chew through them eventually, so I'm done with those. But these are they're small size, and then, excuse me dude, there's a hopper underneath there too. So those are good for feeding baby ball pythons up to about 200 grams. I should probably step it up. But here's how they look in the wild. These brown ones right here are all the wild phase. And then these are like the piebalds. And you can get them also with a little blonde on the back, and there's some with more black on the back, but they do fantastic in this. They do great in a big size colony like this. Yeah, for some reason I noticed when I put them in bigger colonies like this, and then I keep taking away some of maybe probably about double this size. When they get about double that size, I'll start pulling them out and start new colonies with them, and then they'll start producing more. If you leave too many in there, they start producing less and less. And when I take more away, they seem to start producing more and more. So it's like they know that the colony needs to grow or something. But yeah, they're awesome. Here's the size colony. Got 5 of these tubs in here right now. There we go. They're all eating. This one is decently just started, so there's a couple in there that are ready to pull. See that size right there is how big I would pull them. They tend to love the corn. They're super curious though, and they're really not bitey like everyone says. Mine aren't, at least, but I touch all mine all the time because they're cute. But I just prefer these over fancies because fancies stink so bad. These don't stink at all to me if you keep on the cleaning. Yeah, they're just awesome. So I'll show you what I start them in. too. Here's a good size one right here. This colony's good size. I just put these ones in there because they start getting pretty big. But yeah, this is about as big as I want the colonies to get. So a lot of these moms, there's a big old pregnant mom right here. This girl's got some babies under her. These ones are just hoppers right now. These are when they get crazy hoppy. But yeah, that's a good size for fresh baby ball pythons. And they just love these things. And then here's the size I start the colony in, like I said. This colony was started about 3 weeks ago. And I started them with really, they're just getting up to about breeding size right now. And once they produce their first litter in here and keep them alive, they go to this size. I also breed some mice too for backup, just in case my ASF numbers aren't doing great. The mice numbers are always doing amazing. There's about 80 babies in here underneath that big pile. Mice are always good. But yeah, that's the size difference with those cages. So once they clean up everything right now, this wall is usually filled with all these cages. They're all on the ground. Yeah, once they start producing really good, it's good to move them up to that. Then they'll start producing more and more. And you can't, once you have a colony established like this, say they get to this size right there. There's my hand. If they get to this size, you can't move them around like fancy rats. You have to keep, you have to keep them together, or they will just kill each other when you put a new male in with them. Say if you have a whole bucket of females, something happens to the male, he passes away. Hopefully they have babies for you and they grow up a new male to breed in, because you can't add a male. He'll be gone the next day. They're pretty ruthless. So they're definitely colonizers, but it's easy. They get pretty easy, and they're chill. They make pretty cool pets too. People like to keep them as pets. But these ones will get about double this size. That's the size of my hand. They get it twice as fat as that. But these ones are still obviously able to breed at this age. Here's an albino. Yeah, they're just cool. So if you're wanting to breed your own rodents, I can't stand doing fancy rats because the smell just gets me. So I like these. I watched a video by Balls to You. He did it awesome. They call them multis over there, or ASF. He did a great video, and he's who convinced me to start breeding these. So now I have about 200 ASF right now that I'm breeding with, and I'll never go back to fancies. So they're awesome. I feed them just straight Missouri 6F, and then the corn. That's it. They do great. They just chew on this stuff for fun. This is just, I just get some Tractor Supply. It's just premium wood shavings from Tractor Supply. And then, here's about a week old baby. Come on camera, there we go. No eyes open yet. The males will actually take care of these too, which is awesome. See how these are all spread out? I just laid them all in here so they ran all over the place. The males will take them back and take care of them for the moms too, which is cool. The moms run everything. They beat up the males sometimes, but yeah, they're awesome. I highly recommend it. That's my little setup. If you have any questions, just put them down below, guys. Appreciate it.